Welcome to 100 Yards of Football. If you like the video today, please come in and share it. I'm your host, Vincent Turner. I'd like to give special thanks today for the gentleman that's making it happen for me, Mr. Logan Landers. I consider him the #1 producer of all of social media. Today's video is on NFL legend Marvin Harrison Jr. So if you like the video today, please come in and share it. Before I get started, I'd like to give a shout out to a gentleman that handled a special case for me from the legal side. He's one of the most talented attorneys here in the metro Atlanta area, and I want to give him a shout out simply because he's from my hometown, the 901, Memphis, Tennessee. He's a University of Tennessee law graduate. And if you need a gentleman that's got great character, that's honest and trustworthy, please contact my man, Mr. Nathaniel Fitzpatrick. His phone number is 678-607-5550. He's located at 14 Lenox Point in Atlanta, Georgia, 30324. One more time, Mr. Fitzpatrick's address is 14 Lenox Point, Atlanta, Georgia, 30324, and his phone number is 678-607-5550. If you need somebody that can handle your legal business, I will vouch and give my heart and soul to it. This gentleman has got great character. He's honest, and most of all, he's trustworthy. Now, let's get into the man of the hour, Mr. Marvin Harrison Sr. This young man was an outstanding football player with the Indianapolis Colts for 13 years. But when you look at him, God is blessing this man at an enormous level, because you think about him being a Hall of Fame receiver, right? Retiring. And then seeing his son right now, the #1 receiver in all of college football, and maybe one of the greatest receivers to come out of Ohio State University. And a lot of people pegging his son, Marvin Harrison Jr., to be the #2 pick in the 2024 NFL draft. That's got to make Mr. Marvin Harrison Jr. very, very proud. But when I was doing my research on this young man out of Philadelphia, PA, Roman Catholic High School, the one thing that I like about Marvin Harrison Sr., he didn't do a lot of talking. And then you look at the 1996 NFL draft, when you had Keyshawn Johnson, Eric Mose, Bobby Ingram, Musan Muhammad, Eddie Kennison, Terry Glenn, Joe Horn, and Terrell Owens. A lot of people weren't even talking about Marvin Harrison Jr. But man, look what he did when he got on the stage in the National Football League. He played 13 seasons, 8-time Pro Bowler. He held the record with the most receptions in a season at 143 until it was broken in 2019 by Michael Thomas, Keyshawn Johnson's nephew with the New Orleans Saints, who broke it with 149 that year. But the thing, when I look at Marvin Harrison Jr., I look at, he was a first team All-Pro 3 times, 8-time Pro Bowler. But what sticks out to me is several seasons in his career. The 2000 season, when he had 102 receptions for 1,014 yards, 14 touchdowns. He comes back with the 2001 season, 109 receptions, 1,524 yards. The 2002 season, 143 receptions, 1,772 yards, and 11 touchdowns. And then 2004, he had 86 receptions, 1,113 yards, and 15 touchdowns. You know what that breeds? That's being consistent. You know what that breeds? That breeds being a Pro Football Hall of Famer elected in 2016. That breeds you having a son right now at Ohio State University that's balling, that's 6'4", 220. Man, you got to be excited and respectful of Marvin Harrison Jr. Then you look at the skill set, the speed, A+, the hands, A+, the third down value, very reliable for Peyton Manning while he was with the Colts, A+. And boy, he could get long on you. As we say in the neighborhood, take it long, going. I see you, A+. The release, A+. Boy, Marvin Harrison Jr. had some of the quickest feet you can see at 5'11", 180 pounds, A+. The patterns that he could run, A+. The type of cuts, A+. The courage. Now, this was one thing that people didn't talk about with Marvin Harrison. He took some shots out there. The courage, I give him an A+. And the separation, A+. I'm going to tell you a story. I'm a big-time National Football League fan. I love Deion Sanders. And I didn't see Deion Sanders get beat but twice in his career. That was by Flipper Anderson when Flipper Anderson was with the LA Rams and Marvin Harrison when he was with the Indianapolis Colts. Other than that, I didn't see the great Deion Sanders get beat long. Never in the National Football League. Marvin Harrison, what I seen, was the only other receiver that beat Deion Sanders deep. And when I think about Marvin Harrison Jr., I think about all the qualities and putting them into one body. I think about Cliff Branch when he was with the Raiders, Colorado's finest. I think about Drew Pearson of the Dallas Cowboys, smooth. I think about Lynn Swann, the athletic ability, USC. I think about James Lawson, the intelligence of Stanford that can get long. I think about John Jefferson out of Dallas, Texas, Arizona State finest with the Green Bay Packers and the San Diego Chargers. Then I think about Roy Green, Henderson State University, with the St. Louis Cardinals that can get deep with you and play two ways. He also played defensive back. And then if I want to say Marvin Harrison Jr., if you want to put one quality into his body, he's from Philadelphia, PA. And it's so unfortunate that this gentleman got hurt because he would have been a Hall of Famer. How he could get by you, Marvin Harrison Jr., and he was quick. It brings you in the memory of Mike Quick, who played receiver for the Philadelphia Eagles, but Mike Quick was 6'2" with them strides out of North Carolina State. Marvin Harrison Jr. was a special, Marvin Harrison Sr. was a special player. And you know what? I see why right now his son is rated the #1 receiver on the boards going into the 2024 NFL draft. And his son right now playing at a school that's producing receivers like it's no tomorrow. Chris Avellay, Garrett Wilson, help me, Jesus. Chris Carter, Terry Glenn, David Boston. Marvin Harrison Sr., his son might be the best that's ever came out of there. And you know what? When we talk about top receivers that's played this game, I know people want to mention Terrell Owens, Randy Moss, Jerry Rice, Calvin Johnson. But you know what? This gentleman out of Philadelphia, PA, by way of Roman Catholic High School, by way of Syracuse University, you better put him in the conversation. Thank you today. I've been your host, Vincent Turner, here on 100 Yards Football. Special thanks to my producer, the youngest member of 100 Yards Football, Mr. Logan Landers.